Glossophobia, or the fear of public speaking, is actually currently the most common fear or the phobia among the world. Over 75% of the world have this fear. So therefore, you're not in this alone. As I said, there's no way for you to eliminate or get rid of this fear forever, but there are many ways you can manage, you can control, you can improve, and reduce your fear. So today we're going to go over the 10 most important steps to control your fear and your anxiety for public speaking. Step number 1, eliminate the fear of rejection. This is the first and by far the most important step. You might say, what if the people hate my speech? What if they boo me when I'm getting out from the stage? This is understandable, but you have to be in control of this fear of rejection. There is the first public speaking rule. It says when you go on the stage and you start speaking, when you start pitching, there are 25% of the people who will believe you regardless of what you say. So they will accept, they will take notes, they will take pictures from the slides, and they make sure they understand what you say. There is a 30% of the people staring at you like this. And those are the people who will make you panic regardless of who you are. There will be at least 20% of the people on their phones or staring at you saying, teach me something new. So if you're new to speaking and if you're a new public speaker, then this number might be more. This might be 40%. This is your challenge to reduce this number and make them engaged. Step number 2, accept being nervous is not a bad thing. Being nervous, it means you're passionate about something. You are caring about something. There are many different ways to deal with it. There are many different ways to reduce it, to manage it, and get rid of it. Step number 3, don't try to be very perfect at the beginning. As I said, 75% of the people in this world have the fear of public speaking. So it's not about you only. Many times, the public speaking codes do say for the people that have so much stress and it's the first time doing this speech, they say at the very beginning, explain that. Okay, I have to admit I'm a bit nervous, but today is my very first speech or very first presentation. By saying this, you halving or putting most of the pressure from you that's immediate, because you are telling people don't have high expectations. But again, there are some other public speaking coaches that they say this is terrible because you're not reducing your self-esteem, you're putting a very negative self about yourself. You're saying I'm not good, I'm not perfect, I'm not worthwhile for you to give your attention to me. So this is a two-sided debate, and that might be good or might be bad for your specific case, and this has to be discussed separately. Step number 4, get yourself a story. What do I mean by story? This is storyline in your brain. That means be organized. Know yourself, what you want to talk about, how you want to get there, and what are the examples or what are the stories or what are the meaningful strategies you want to share with the audience. When you know what you're trying to pass on as your main message, then you know what techniques or what stories or what examples you need to tell them in order to make them engaged with this very specific topic. Step number 5, practice your script. If you're first time speaking or it's really new for you to get into your pitching or speaking industry, you need to write out the script, but don't write it word to word exactly. Even if you're the best actor and if you follow that script, it would not be natural. The actors read the script and then they put their own playing, their own acting, their own emotions into that script, and that's why you believe it or you can trust it or it becomes natural at the end of the day. Step number 6, watch yourself practicing in front of the mirror. So when you are practicing in front of the mirror, make sure you pay extra attention to your body language, gestures, and most importantly, to your movements. You can also pay attention to your appearance. If you're going for a business talk or if you're going to speak in front of schools in their primary school, then you should be obviously taking care of your dress or the clothes or whatever you're wearing. Your appearance would be important for that specific event, for that specific conference, to make sure it aligns perfectly. Step 7, learn your voice. If I would tell you half of your presentation is about your voice, I am not exaggerating. Why do I say this? This is proven statistics about number of different people doing public speaks. Your voice can show your confidence, excitement, your emotions. It can be many things involved with just your voice. So if you learn your voice, you know where to rate it, where to make a pause, where to appeal much more confidence, and when to be more engaging with your audience, and how to interact and make funny statements and make them answer your questions and make them question your statements. So when you record your voice, make sure you have your body language. So stand still and do your presentation, but only record your voice. Step number 8, give your speech to another person or another group. Once you've practiced and you know what you're going to talk about, make sure you do this in front of some people. And make sure you ask them to be very honest and critic about your speech. Because if they not be honest, then obviously you're not going to get the right feedback. And ask them specifically to ask you questions. This is very common and very powerful for the people who are scared from Q&A section the most. Step 9, exercise lightly before your presentation. By exercising lightly before your presentation, you can help your blood circulation in your body and help oxygen to get into your brain. Step 10. PowerPoints can be really great or terrible. For the very professional speakers, they have the most minimal animation or minimal presentation or the most basic slides. You know, you go to TED Talk and only you see a single word or a single picture or a single number in the whole slide. This is the whole point, because the perfect speakers do not rely on their presentation. Make sure you have enough information that can retrain your brain that what is this about, or what are you going to talk about, or what are the numbers or statistics or the pictures that are you referring to. But do not read from your slides, because if you have long slides and you read from it, first, you're showing you're not confident, you're showing you're not memorizing or you're not aware of the topic you're talking about, and third, people don't know whether focus on you or focus on the slides. If you have paragraphs on your slides, people do not know where to put their attention. And most likely, if they see paragraphs, they don't even bother themselves reading over it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and please make sure you subscribe and you comment what is the most important tip you learned today.